thought we had it made.
And we're starting off a new series today. It's the Andorran Double Challenge.
We felt we were on the up.
Yes, FC Andorra, promoted to the Spanish Second Division.
A few bumps along the way.
Well, I think that's the heaviest defeat I've ever actually shown on the channel.
But we were invincible.
How sweet is that? FC Andorra celebrate promotion. We've made it to La Liga, the promised land.
But with each rise comes the danger of a fall.
4 games to go, and our battle against relegation starts right now. Relegated on the stupid head-to-head rule.
And now it's time to bounce back out of the darkness. Yes, hello there everybody, and welcome back to the place where we didn't expect to be. Yes, we've dropped back into the Spanish Second Division in this new episode of Andorra the Double Challenge, in which I take charge of the club FC Andorra and the country of Andorra and try to lead them both along the road to glory. Well, we've had to do a U-turn back into the Spanish Second Division, and well, you know, what can we say? We'll just try to pick ourselves up from here, but thank you to everyone who watched that episode. It was a bit of a lengthy episode, the kind of relegation battle in La Liga. I can't really say it was a fun episode to make. I think it was a good episode to get out there in the series, though. Certainly the views, the likes, and the comments suggest that you guys appreciated it as well. So thank you to everyone who watched that video, who hit the like button, and who commented down below. And thank you to you, new viewer, who's about to hit the like button and subscribe to this channel right now before we get started. So why don't we start with the transfers? Well, you see, there's a few ins and there are many outs. So let's start with the outs. We did a bit of pruning. We got rid of squad players, reserve players who weren't really doing anything for us. So Fofana, he's gone. Guerra's gone. Akhar's gone. And Mandasvos, that terrible right back, he's gone. We've got young players out on loan. We've got some other young players who we accepted bids for. You'll see here, first big name departure of the summer. Oscar Portillo, who only arrived last year from River Plate. He's now back in Argentina at Belgrano. He was a player who had a relegation release clause inserted, £7 million, which was the transfer fee he ended up going for. We did try to offer him a new contract, but he was asking for more money than the board were willing to sanction, especially with us having dropped down a division. So Belgrano came in, they activated his relegation release clause, and, you know, that was pretty much that. I mean, he was classed as a wonder kid. He never really set the team alight. But, you know, maybe in this division he could have done a good job for us. This kind of solved a problem for me, though, because one thing I'd forgotten about, of course, dropping back a division, we're only allowed 2 non-EU players in this division. We had 3, Crush, Portillo, and Baltazar. Definitely didn't want to lose Baltazar, so then it was like, well, Portillo or Crush. Then the problem solved itself, as I said, Portillo on the move. Moving down towards the latter part of the transfer window, other players that you may be familiar with, having followed the series. Cortina, we did sign him to a new contract. I thought, you know, at this level we could use him, but once I'd done a few deals, a few of the ins, which I'll show you in a minute, it became apparent that he wasn't going to get any game time. As the club captain and an influential player, I didn't want him being unhappy here, so I managed to secure him a loan deal. So he's off away to Lugo, who actually play in Second Division B3, so he's dropped down a division for that. But that freed up the captaincy, which I immediately gave to Jose Francisco Perez, the Andorran superhero. Also out, Pedro Justiniano. I mean, he was never really a first choice in defence. He was on rotation a lot, but Girona came in with a bid for him, which we accepted, 1.1 million. Off he went. Bruno also departed. He was just here for a season, only ever played a handful of games for us, but he's off to Metz. So Bruno, Justiniano, these are players who in that team meeting at the end of last season said that anything above mid-table this season would be ridiculous and out of our reach, so it's good to have them out of the team. The only other major departure was Aitor. So you remember we signed Aitor at the start of last season. I asked the board to negotiate the transfer because we were going over our budget at the time, and they gave him a ridiculous contract of £29,000 a week. I tried to sell him to no avail. Probably the big salary was putting clubs off. In the end, Vitória Guimarães in Portugal came in with a loan offer for him. They're paying us £150,000 a month, so it's going to be £1.5 million over the course of the season, and they're paying 100% of his wages. So I was happy to accept that. That's got him off our hands, and maybe he'll go there and have a great season. He'll develop, and then he'll come back and just slot back into our first team squad. Who knows? So ins. Now there are a mix here. There's players who are going to feature in the first team squad this season, and there are other young players bought for the future who've already been sent out on loan. We start with those already sent out on loan. Jeffrey Druslin. He was signed from Strasbourg, and he's gone out on loan to Ferrol. Ferrol, they're in our division. They've loaned like 5 of our players, and they are playing all of them. Of course, they won't be able to play them when they come up against us, so that's going to upset their team balance quite a lot. But 17-year-old French attacking midfielder, looks a very decent prospect. Good for him to go out and get some development at the moment, and then come back into our team next season. And we also had Tiago Coelho coming in from Sporting Lisbon. Again, a midfielder. We've sent him out to Guingamp on loan. He asked for a loan to be set up for him when he signed. So another one for the future, 2.5 stars current. I think we've got him down for 5-star potential ability. So it'll be good to see how he develops this season as well. And thinking long-term for goalkeeper, Marcos Italo, Brazilian keeper. He doesn't have European second nationality, but as we've done with a couple of players already, if we send him out for a couple of consecutive seasons loan play in Spain, he's going to take Spanish nationality, and then we can use him. On to the first teamers. First arriving on a free from Manchester City. After Taylor Harwood-Bellis, we bring in Alex Robertson, so 3.5-star current, 4-star potential ability. Very nice looking physical stats, got a nice bit of green in there, and it looks like someone decent to play in that attacking midfield role. Did go a bit mad on the attacking midfielders because we brought in another one from Brazil, Eugenio, who I believe has Italian second nationality, so we don't have to worry about him being a non-EU player. Again, impressive physical stats and decent starting mental stats. Got a bit of work to do technically, but hopefully a bit of game time is going to help him improve there. You will notice some decline there. That's because he got injured in pre-season. He's just returned to fitness, just made a substitute appearance in the last game. So we'll be looking for him to catch up for lost time now. And something of a deadline day signing for us here, Jonathan. Jonathan came in from Malaga. Now, he, a bit like some of our young players, last season he did play a decent amount of games in the Liga as Malaga were relegated, so he's got top flight experience. We're looking for him to develop a bit more. Right back was a bit of a soft spot in our team last year, so hopefully with a season to develop here, he's going to solve that right back problem for us. And finally, on deadline day, a loan signing. I couldn't find a right winger who I could buy within the budget, so I brought in this guy, John Ander Ruiz, on loan, season-long loan from Manchester United. As you can see here, resolute personality. He's a wonder kid as well. He's fast. He's got acceleration and pace. He's got good dribbling skills, so we'll be looking for him to be speeding down that wing and getting those crosses in for us. Yes, those were the major ins and outs as we look to rebuild, but it wasn't just about new faces coming in. I'm also looking to our young players a little bit. We have some players in the team who have the potential, but maybe in La Liga, last season we had them out on loan or playing in the B team. In La Liga, they weren't really going to get that time to shine in the first team. But now that we've dropped back a division, take it as a blessing in disguise. They get a chance for more first-team football. So amongst those, Jorge Gomez, you might remember him. He came through as the pick of the crop in our youth intake. I believe it was 2 seasons ago now. So you see, he's developed nicely. He had some time away on loan last season at Cadiz. He's now 3-star current ability, 5-star potential ability. He's coming along very nicely. Some things shooting up here with the game time he's been getting. You see he's played 4 games for us in the second division already. Super high average rating. You may have seen, if you watched the most recent national team episode, him get a red card for the national team. First time something like that's happened, but a young player, so still a lot to learn. You see there, he was at Cadiz for half a season last year, 16 games and a 6.91. So, another season in the second division for him is going to serve him well before we hopefully get back up to La Liga. Now, here's a player, a young Italian midfielder, Gabrielle Reno. He came in last season. We sent him out on loan, 4.5-star potential. He's currently 2.5-star, so plenty of room to develop. He was at Cartagena last season, down in Division B4. But played a lot of games for them, 7.31, proved himself a little bit there. So now we're using the opportunity to bring him back into our first team. I've also named in my first team squad Said Muyemba. I mean, he's got a bit of developing to do. He's only on 1.5-star current ability. You see, he's still got this unambitious personality. He does have decent determination though, so we're looking now in the first team squad, get him in a mentoring group, try and instill some more positive personality traits in him and see what he can do for us and the Andorran national team moving forward. Speaking of Andorrans, well, Perez, of course, is still here. I mean, you see here, he's been chased by a few clubs. Montreal Impact, he's all summer. We keep getting news items about MLS clubs chasing his signature, but he hasn't signed for any of them, thankfully. Nîmes are also interested. But, it's another season, a chance for him to develop a bit more. Unfortunately, as you might have seen in the most recent international episode, he's out for the next 2 months with broken ribs, so we're probably not going to see him back in action until November. And before we get into today's match and catch up on results and so on, a word about this man, Baltazar. We managed to hold on to him. To be fair, no bids came in for him. You see there is interest here. We've got a couple of teams in La Liga still, Leganés, Tenerife and Alaves, who were after his signature, but no formal bids came in. I mean, he's too good for the level we're in at the moment. So far, we've played 4 games in the season. He's scored 6 goals already, with an assist as well, and an average of 8.4. He could fire us back to La Liga single-handedly. So, yeah, results so far. We went through pre-season pretty successfully, just 3 regular friendlies and then a mini tournament, which we won for the 2nd or 3rd year in a row, I think. Alaves and Real Betis and Ajax came to play for that. Then we started the season away to Las Palmas, pretty nice place to start, Gran Canaria, and we ground out a 3-2 win, a brace from Baltazar and a late header from Kieran Fleming, the Welsh centre-back, getting us the win there. We then took on Malaga, who were, of course, relegated together with us last season, and we beat them 4-1. Bit of a stroll in the park. Perez got a goal. Sieta, who we signed in the January transfer window last year, got a brace. Baltazar getting a goal as well. Bit of a tough one. Away to Real Madrid B, we had to really grind out the result there. It took a late equaliser from Sieta to get that. And then we've just played Sevilla B, 4-1 win. Baltazar with a hat-trick, his first hat-trick for FC Andorra. And then the Manchester United loanee John Ander Ruiz getting a goal as well. And quite comfortable win for us there. So that brings us to the match for today's episode, Vigo. So another team that were relegated from La Liga last season at home. So a bit of a key game this if we have a look at the table. Vigo haven't started particularly well. They're mid-table at the moment, 11th. We have this game, this is like pretty much a game in hand because this should have been played in the international break, but with lot of players being called up for FC Andorra, and then Crush and Fleming away with their national sides as well. We were able to get it postponed, so a win could put us back into second and an automatic promotion spot. Zaragoza have been setting the pace so far. Poor old Malaga, down in the relegation zone again. Vigo are actually favourites for this game, but I disagree with that. I've told my boys I want them to go out and win. That's what we talked about in the pre-match briefing, and this is how we're lining up. So, we're going with Banus in goal. Gomez and Fleming play in the centre of defence. Jonathan and Angel Hernandez, there are fullbacks today. Macias and Maurino in midfield. So Eugenio making his first start for the club today in the attacking midfield role. Ruiz on the right, Sieta on the left as Perez is out injured. Baltazar up front. Okay, Vigo getting a bit fancy. 3 at the back, defensive midfielder, wing backs, and all that kind of stuff. We're just looking for Baltazar to rip them a new one. Alright, let's pick up where we left off last time out. That's done the trick for most of them. Baltazar, I've got faith in you. Make a difference yet again. And then we'll say the same for pretty much everybody else. Okay, we've got a highlight coming straight from the kickoff. It's Vigo with the ball. Very wet conditions up in the Andorran mountains. Maiorino's going to get himself a red card after 18 seconds. What? Right, well, we were not expecting that. Big someone up and then they get themselves sent off immediately. Fantastic. Right, so we're dropping Eugenio back. He can play there as a Mazzala. Yeah, we're just going to have to play without the attacking threat of an attacking midfielder and without the cover of a defensive midfielder. Vigo, free kick, saved by the keeper, but Hernani picks up the rebound. So 2 minutes in, we're a goal down and we're a man down. Oh my God, it's like we're almost cursed. We had such a nice start to the season, and as soon as we're making videos for the channel again, everything falls apart. Okay, chance for us here. Jonathan sends a long one in. Fleming with the volley. Nearly got an equaliser there. Those are the kind of chances we're going to have to take if we're going to get anything from this game. But now we've got a free kick for Vigo in a similar position. Oh no, they're 2-0 up. Not good at all. Right then, come on, let's get a goal back before half-time. Sieta tries to get the cross and it's blocked. Eugenio's shot is blocked. Come on, Macias, spread it out to the opposite flank. Jonathan, Macias, come on, somebody get that ball into the box. Jonathan, you're supposed to be hitting crosses. We talked about this in the pre-match briefing, but you're just not doing it. Right, Eugenio out to Sieta. Come on, we don't have the overlapping run. Right, that's something I need to sort out in the team instructions, I think. Hernandez, what's he going to do? Plays it inside to Macias. Come on, we're building something here. Ruiz to Baltazar. 7th goal of the season. He's cast as a lifeline. Could there be a way back into this match? Yet. Let's see how it folds out. Eugenio and Macias, beautiful ball to Ruiz. Great knockdown. Baltazar knew exactly what to do. Okay, the Vigo attack breaks down. We've got a chance to build forward here. It's knocked up to Baltazar. Baltazar gets dispossessed though, and now Vigo have the chance to counter. 5 minutes to go to half-time. It's all the way back to the keeper. Well, no point chasing that down that much. And now Milot's through. Banus this time saves it. So we're still in this. We're clinging on as we get to half-time. We're going to have to make some changes, I think. He just skipped past our defence there. Yes, that red card has hurt us in this game. But, we just have to live with it. It looks like there's going to be one more twist before half-time, and we give the ball away again. That's not good. We've given the ball away far too often today. And Milot takes advantage right before the whistle blows. Definitely not happy with that, so we're going to give them a bit of a blast. I'm going to tell them to show me something else in that second half. I think I'll take Gomez off because he's on a yellow, so we're going to bring Crush on. A bit more experience at the back. Alright, first highlight of the second half, and it's Celta Vigo coming at us yet again. This is just not going well at all. The shot was saved, and Vladimir Gebing has made it 4-1. Oh my God. What is going on here? We started the season so well. You guys didn't see any of it. And now we're just getting picked apart by the team that we should be beating. Jonathan there. Ruiz gets the goal. Okay, is that a lifeline? I mean, 20 minutes to go. I don't know if we can get back into that. Kind of came out of nowhere. Ruiz with the volley, just quicker than all the defenders. I don't know if we can get anywhere now, but, we can at least try. Okay, so we bring on Guedes for Eugenio, and, he's a bit more suited to that central midfield position. Maybe he can conjure something up for us here. Final substitution, then Balde comes on for Sieta. Only a few minutes left now, though. I don't see anything coming from this. No late drama, it would seem, unfortunately. Well, there you go. What a disappointing result. Our first defeat of the season. That leapfrogs Vigo above us. We're still around the playoff places, but as you can see at the moment, of course, early in the season, it's pretty tight. A whole group of teams there on 10 points and a couple on 9 points just behind us as well. I mean, Reno, to now, he's shown himself to be, an Italian midfielder with silky skills, a creative player. Not a Vinnie Jones. 17, 18 seconds, wasn't it? That, I think, in all my years of playing FM, has got to be the quickest red card I've ever seen. If you've had a quicker one, let me know about it in the comments section below. Okay, interesting here. My assistant manager... Oh, by the way, I don't know if I mentioned this. I had to get a new assistant manager. Ricardo Carvalho, who you may remember from his Chelsea days. He's said that it was harsh and I should consider an appeal. All right, I think we'll do that. We'll appeal. Well, a fine's been issued for Marino, so looks like the appeal was unsuccessful, although I haven't had a news item about that yet. Yeah, but it looks like no news forthcoming on that appeal, so we're just going to assume it was rejected. Well, bit of a disappointing game, but hopefully not a sign of things to come as we try to find our way back to the Liga. So what do you think of the new arrivals? What do you think of the new signings? What do you think of the focus on the young players that we already had in the squad as a way to get us back up to La Liga? Do let me know down in the comments below. I will just have a look at the fixtures coming up. I mean, we don't want to, I'm aware that the last season was a bit slow. We've missed some episodes for various reasons, but I'll be looking to blast through this first part of the season a little bit. I mean, sometime around December, we're going to be entered into the Cup, so we'll see if that gives us an interesting tie. We've got Coruña away, which could be a key tie near the top of the table. We've got Zaragoza away coming up quite soon, probably too soon to justify another episode. We'll save them for later in the season. But we'll just play it by ear and come back whenever we're ready. But for now, thank you very much for watching. Please hit that like button if you've enjoyed today's episode. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. I'm Dodgy Gamer. See you again soon.